and they have a great bench. Averaging 42 points a game is the bench, which is best in the country. That's more than the starters are averaging. They've got shooters, they've got post players, they've got players who can dunk the ball. But you see, more than half the points are coming from the tan going downhill. The next step for this great sophomore is to have a dominant game in a big matchup.
South Carolina has won 47 in a row in regular season SEC play. Their last loss was here in this building a little over 3 years ago. It's Missouri, it's South Carolina, it's the start of SEC play. And we're underway. The opening tip controlled by the Gamecocks. Looking on South Carolina for the first time in her career. She's in the post and trying to score on the first touch. Can't get it. Pulled away by South Carolina. The starting five for the Gamecocks. You will see plenty of movement off the bench. Pow Pow on the drive. Follows her own myth. Johnson got off to an ice-cold start this season from beyond the three-point line, but she is making up for lost time.
To your point, Eric, the first 5 games, 0 of 13, including this last 3 since then. She's on 12 for 26.
Randall to Judd.
Weeks in November to now, Ashton Judd's playing at such a high level. She's their best defender, in my opinion. So good in the full court, but it's the scoring options that's really enhanced this team.
Gets back outside to Johnson. And a foul away from the ball is going to be called on Kalani.
Well, we asked Robin Pinchton, what does Kroenke give your team? She's great defense. You see her just slide in there with the help defense. That allowed Mizzou to get out in transition and just a little DHO, a dribble hand. Well, Eric, on the season, when Slaughter goes left, she's shooting 56%. When she's forced to go right, just 25%.
Johnson. Knocked away. Fagan kept it alive. Raven.
And Robin Pinchton said it best today. She said, everyone talks about their offense and rebounding, but their defense is so stingy as well.
Tessa Johnson at the free throw line out of the timeout to shoot a couple. Mylasia Full-Wiley is into the game. Clean up the mess.
And Eric, that's what's so hard about defending South Carolina. You're sprinting back to try to stop them in transition. Very rarely do you think about the miss and boxing out. Kit's there to clean it up.
Well, Full-Wiley getting in there defensively. Full-Wiley leans in, flips it up, and will head to the free throw line. Foul called on Nia Wilson. So the freshman had heart issues, heart surgery, was at Texas, and now is at Mizzou, and she's going to get some minutes here tonight with foul trouble for the bigs for Mizzou.
I think it's going to be really interesting. Can Robin Pinchton afford to keep Lithicum and Kalani on the bench the rest of this half?
9-0 run right now for South Carolina.
And this is the first time we're so difficult to match up with. We just saw her on the perimeter knock the ball out. And one thing in terms of pressure release today Mizzou is working on is going through the fives. And I immediately was wondering, will that work against Watkins?
Edwards thought she had stood her ground, but she gets called for the foul.
I think it's important with Mizzou struggling to score that Randall gets going offensively. So I like that call. I like her trying to get not a lot of depth there. So something to watch as this game continues. They went down to try to post Randall up, but Edwards was all over it.
Right now they're trying to post Slaughter up on Raven Johnson. Slaughter. Johnson, great job defensively. Watkins came over to help. Watkins gets the block. 25th block of the season for Ashlyn Watkins. Full-Wiley has it knocked away, and there's Lanai Drek, good shooter. And a trip to the free throw line coming for Avery Kroenke with 25 seconds to go in the quarter.
Avery Kroenke just makes really good decisions for Mizzou. Just a little hesitations, how she's able to get by Raven Johnson and just attacks the interior defense of South Carolina.
First personal foul on Johnson. Well, Wiley will.
With asset preservation, wealth, and tax.
Kept it alive. Here's Pow Pow once again playing with 2 fouls on the floor here to start quarter number 2. Johnson leans in and draws a foul on Randall. That'll be her first.
That was a nice read by Tessa Johnson, seeing that Randall was a little bit on the high side and then just took her baseline.
Obviously, Tessa Johnson
And so I'm eager to see, because I said to Robin Pinchton today, I said I was eager to see if you could create scoring opportunities off the bounce. She said, no. We've got to do it as a team. It's about ball reversal, ball movement, and credit South Carolina for disrupting that so far.
Missouri is 8th in Division I, 39% shooting from outside the three-point line, and they are making on average just under 8 a game. So it's been a big part of their offense so far in picking up 11 wins. And here's their best three-point shooter, Slaughter at 57% off the mark. But she's in there fighting.
Well, size obviously doesn't matter because you see Randall getting downhill. And credit Mizzou, because when they've gotten to the rim, they've used ball fakes to try to negate those shot blocking ability of South Carolina.
Slaughter trying to work against Fagan. Well, Wiley looking inside for Kitts.
Mizzou really small right now. Technically, all guards on the floor, so smart play by South Carolina to get it inside.
Kitts is going to get called again for over the back. So a couple of quick ones on Chloe Kitts.
And Roy didn't even make that call, but he's still getting an earful.
Out of the media timeout because the officials stopped play to go to the monitor, so we took the media timeout there as well.
Eric, I talked about the screening of Mizzou, a little screen-the-screener action that they were just trying to run, and South Carolina beat them to all those screens. Mizzou's got to do a better job of setting up the screens. A couple of these backdoor cuts.
A reminder, Randall's got to be really careful here, and right now she's marking up Ashlyn Watkins, which is a tough assignment. Judd works for the rebound. Here's Randall. Randall to Slaughter underneath. Here's Hall trying to answer back quickly for South Carolina. She traveled. Good of the lineup here for a second straight game.
And you see Raven Johnson extend to the full court. She's on Shokfist now. And one thing about Mizzou is they said, we don't want to mess with Raven Johnson. We have too much respect for her on-ball defensive ability, so they bring someone else to initiate an offense.
Well, it's Robin Pinchton has gotten out here to try to attend to the cleanup. We've gone to some sort of solver here today. Trying to direct traffic now with 7 to shoot. Judd to Slaughter. Watkins on the perimeter defensively. Slaughter blocked by Watkins, who kept it in play and starts the break for South Carolina. Wide open three, no good. Long rebound to Shokfist. Shokfist showing no fear. Can't finish though, and a foul's going to be. Shokfist got wrapped up with Shrek. Did Johnson, so Johnson gets called for the foul.
This is how quickly South Carolina can score on a team. Point guard Raven Johnson gets the rebound, outlets it up the floor, and the post player with the assist for the 2.
Was a nail biter a moment ago, 25-23. Shrek got caught.
Well, I'm no Don Staley, but when you got a mismatch advantage with someone like Edwards, you want to feed her, and she missed the first one, but credit the freshman for staying with it to get that O board and put it in. And
Aaron will check out. I'm sorry, Christy. Hickafil-Drapa will come on in for Missouri for the first time.
I was going to say, asked Don Staley before the Wofford game, what's the area of improvement you want to see? And one of them was, we got to.
Slaughter goes to work with 7. Slaughter, Shrek for 3. Johnson's got the rebound. Time here Tessa Johnson looks back, 6 seconds. Raven Johnson launches, deep three is short. And Raven looked up. She didn't realize that she had plenty of time to take a couple of steps closer to the basket because she could have used it. She's like
24 first half points for the bench out of the team total 36.
Some of the numbers as you take a look at the summary: 6, 7, and 1 for Ashlyn Watkins, the second chance points, 10-0 for South Carolina, 24-3 the edge off the bench. It was an 8-0 run, 13-3 extended run to close out the half by South Carolina. Remember, Missouri got it to 25-23 in that second quarter. Sanaya Fagan with the catch inside to start the third quarter. Can't finish. Galakalani
on that box out, not only on the low post positioning defensively, but also on the box out, and gets that foul on Sanaya Fagan.
That's 2 on Fagan. Galakalani hampered by foul trouble in the first half. Picked up 2 in the first quarter, scored just 1 point in the first half. It's been a struggle for Galakalani to stay out of foul trouble here tonight, playing South Carolina for the first time in her Missouri career. Joined the team last year after playing at UMass, but suffered an injury after 8 games last year, so didn't get a chance to see South Carolina, and not seeing a lot of them tonight because of the 4 fouls.
I mean, Sanaya Fagan's been the vocal point of the offense here in the third quarter. She had no shot attempts in the first half, and already with 2 and making her presence felt. No one was at the table.
I know, but it's just like it was a 5-on-4 right there for South Carolina. They had a power play. Well, Randall's still on the floor right now for Missouri, playing with the 4, but she's not really into the game for Missouri right now because she's got 4 fouls and she went to the sideline. Is this 5 on Randall? Who gets this foul here? Randall and Johnson battling for the loose ball. Tough take, won't go. Linthicum on the glass. Fagan tries to rip it away. Battle for the loose ball, tie up, possession arrow. We'll keep it with Missouri. All right, we're going back a couple of possessions here because you can see 4 Missouri players and they're like, wait a minute, we don't have enough players. We've got 4, and South Carolina goes right to work. Pow Pow knocks down the 3. Randall was over in front of the Missouri bench. Judd wants to work on Kitts. Won't drop. Pow Pow the rebound.
I'll say it again, Mizzou is getting to the rim. They just can't consistently finish, and that is the effect of South Carolina's length and shot blocking ability.
Pow Pow. Looking for Watkins. Now Kitts finds Watkins. Watkins. Linthicum hit the deck hard. No call. Watkins. Missouri's depth being tested. They've already had 1 player foul out. They have other players in foul difficulty, and that makes it extra challenging for Mizzou because they're playing South Carolina, the number 2 team in the country.
You have a window of opportunity in every ball game. When you're facing the defending national champions, it's a much smaller window, and to fit in that window, you need your key players. So really unfortunate for Mizzou. Randall has already left the game because I thought she did.
So I don't know what they're trying to work out right now. It was not announced, and I wouldn't even dare to guess.
I wonder if it might be a timing situation.
I mentioned that. See, I already guessed that. See, I did dare to guess.
Wow, we agreed on that.
Well, it's opening night. It's my New Year's resolution that we would agree the first week of the new year, and we did it.
That, and you forced me to shovel snow.
Well, it's 21 to go in the third quarter. 11-point game. Nothing run in a 30-point win over Iowa State. Then well, we've seen Judd knock down a couple of threes. They can get her going. If they can get Slaughter going, and perhaps Schreck, if she gets into the game, going from outside the 3-point line. There's still an opening for Missouri, but they can't have empty trips. Watkins with the rebound. Here's Full Wiley. Full Wiley had to change her shot. Wilson. possession.
Dawn Staley got the assist with that because she was saying to him, why didn't the shot clock horn go off?
Here's Shrek into the game for Missouri. By the way, you did find out, I just want to clear things up. We had that delay when they were at the scorer's table before. They were going back to that play that I said, it felt like half hour ago, 40 minutes ago, to see if it was a 2 or a 3 for Slaughter. So that's why we had that delay. It was a 2.
That's what I said, right? That's what I said. I was kidding.
For Wiley, 2 more. 9-0 run for South Carolina, up by 20. Final minute, third quarter. Gamecocks shooting 58% this quarter. Mizzou's been held to 33%.
Slaughter's been really quiet since that step back jumper she hit.
Wiley picks it up. What will she do with it? She'll lay it out perfectly to Edwards. Made a nice adjustment to finish.
Tessa Johnson, we've already raved about her. Mylasia Wiley, she's a walking highlight reel. We've talked about her. So let's talk about some of the other ones. Camille Pierre from Vandy is having herself a season already this year. If you haven't watched her, you got to tune in to watch Vanderbilt at some point. And oh yeah, here's our happy duo of South Carolina sophomores right here.
I think we saw the Tennessee team against Memphis, completely different looking team, but we knew after watching her players to, like, what are you trying to do? Maybe for Ashlyn Watkins, do you want to expand your game to the perimeter, show more of an offensive game? Mylasia Wiley be a defensive threat presence. It's just finding what you want to do and help us to help you get to that point. And oh, by the way, by helping you individually, the team is going to benefit from those improvements that you make individually.
I think it's another example of the greatness of Dawn Staley.
So what did you like? I hear
better, and she's really excelling this season. The stats might not show it, but I have been very impressed with Fagan's game so far this season. And she said, I did it because of my faith in the good Lord, my faith in myself, and my faith in Dawn Staley.
Dawn said that she talked to Sanaya's mother about maybe she needs to go elsewhere because she just can't get the time she needs to develop and play and contribute and do what we think she can do. And according to Dawn, Sanaya's mother said no.
Opportunity for them to continue to evolve with the rest of SEC play ahead of them.
Miriam Dowda into the game for South Carolina. Dowda, a little too much on that entry, and it's a turnover. In what areas have you seen Missouri improve, and what needs to continue on the right path as we get into conference play for the Tigers?
Well, early part of the season, they
points tonight for Kentucky. She's got 7 3-pointers, and it's gone final 91-69 the final. Kentucky over Mississippi State.
That's a lot of points. And Adele Tack checking into the game during that last step ball, just got a foul drawn into the free throw line.
So Tech at the free throw line. Freshman from Grand Prairie, Texas. In the SEC, LSU, 6th-ranked team in the country. Christy talked about it before. 8 teams in the top 25 in the AP poll. 4 in the. You look at it, you could say, well, that team could win. That team could win. You can go down the list. Handful of teams, including this team, as Tack puts it in for 2 more. Now looking at a block to her stat sheet. On the cut, trying to get it into Slaughter. Knocked out of bounds by South Carolina.
Tech rotates over, hoping to draw a charge. Has the biggest smile on her face as she gets up.
Yeah, I'm hot. I got a career high scoring. Let me throw something else in there, like taking a charge, getting a block.
Well, it's about competition at South Carolina. So when you get an opportunity to get on the floor, you better produce, or Dawn Staley will put someone else in.
Rebound by Feldrapa. It'll be Missouri basketball.
I'll say this again. Mizzou's done a really good job of change of pace, meaning they've hesitated a lot. They've used the shot fakes to try to get scoring opportunities. The next phase now is to consistently make them.
Phase after that is to talk to the schedule maker in the SEC, because this is the 2nd year in a row where their SEC opener has been against the defending national champion. It was LSU last year, South Carolina this year. You jump right into the deep end of the pool.